forecast. Thank you so much for joining us on Action News Jax this wonderful Saturday morning. I'm Erica Bennett here with First Alert Meteorologist Aaron Clanahan to talk about that forecast ahead. A lot of fans are going to be pretty hot at the game tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit hot, too hot for my liking. I mean, 90s and humidity. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Wear your shorts, t-shirt. Definitely not going to be a fall football game, you know, that weather we kind of hope for. But eventually it will come around. This morning we're starting off with dry conditions on the First Alert Doppler HD. If you have weekend plans, it's going to be hot today and tomorrow. We're starting off with temperatures in the mid-70s this morning out at JIA. Nice blue skies overhead. This is what it looks like all across the area this morning. We'll start to see clouds build into the afternoon, but we are starting off with mostly clear skies this morning. Temperatures are already starting to heat up. 73 in Lake City, 77 in Jacksonville. We started the morning at 67. It's already warmed up 10 degrees since about 5 o'clock this morning. We have mid-80s along some of our coastal spots already. By noon today, you can expect temperatures to be near 90. 3 o'clock, partly cloudy with high temperatures in the low to the mid-90s today. A few scattered showers later on this afternoon for areas south of Jacksonville. Looking like a mainly dry weekend. The big story really going to be the heat and humidity. So just keep that in mind as you're making your weekend plans. Coming up in the full First Alert forecast, we'll take a look at your rainfall forecast hour by hour through the weekend, and we'll have a look at your JAGS forecast for tomorrow afternoon. Erica?
This morning, we're learning about a gruesome fight with an 83-year-old who beat his neighbor with a hammer and a drill, then had the tools turned on him. Police say the elderly man later died from injuries he received in the scuffle. The neighbor told police he didn't even know the attacker was his neighbor until after the incident because the man was wearing a ski mask. Action News Jax Amber Kriska is following this story for us. Amber, neighbors say that elderly man had a bad temper.
Neighbors tell us they've had problems with this man for years. They say he would argue about parking and noise. But one neighbor tells us this time he just exploded.
He's just been known as the older man that harasses the children and harasses people.
This is 83-year-old Roger Gianette's mugshot from the 90s when he was arrested on theft charges. Police say he yelled at Debbie Dickey Mirzajuski's nephew, accusing him of vandalizing his property.
Profanity. He told him that he knows what he's doing.
But one day it went too far. According to the police report and court documents, Gianette's neighbor came home and found his Jeep and boat had been spray painted, and police say the Jeep had flat tires. The neighbor says a man in a ski mask jumped out from behind his Jeep and tried to attack him with a hammer and a drill. He says he then punched the masked man and then hit him in the face with a hammer and kicked him down to the ground. He says when he took off the mask, he realized it was his neighbor, Gianette.
This man that lives in our neighborhood was a ticking time bomb. And I don't think we in the neighborhood really knew how bad it was, but it exploded.
Now, a family member tells us Gianette had 2 children and a stepdaughter who recently passed away. Reporting live downtown, Amber Kriska, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
New this morning, a Putnam County man is dead after colliding with a concrete barrier in San Mateo. Troopers say the 53-year-old driver was going south through a construction zone on US 17. He was not wearing his seatbelt when his car veered off and collided with that wall. Troopers say he was instantly thrown from his car and was pronounced dead at the scene. FHP is still investigating. A wife is grieving after watching her husband get shot and killed after celebrating his birthday. The two were in their car waiting at a stoplight on Kings Road and I-95 in Grand Park. Police say somebody pulled up next to the couple and started shooting. The wife was in the driver's seat and took off down the road to a gas station to get help. Officers say this man, 37-year-old Robert Bryant, died.
I was stunned. I was so stunned. I woke up. I couldn't even understand how that happened.
Police are hoping witnesses will come forward so they can find the suspect. Georgia pastor Ken Atkins will remain in jail another 2 weeks until his bond hearing. On Friday, new details in the child molestation case were revealed in a Glenn County courtroom. A GBI agent said in 2010, Atkins watched as the alleged victim and his girlfriend had sex and would sometimes participate. Atkins' attorney says those claims just aren't true. An Action News Jax investigation is uncovering new accusations of mismanagement by the local company hired to run facilities at Julington Creek Plantation. We first told you about pools in that community being shut down because of health concerns last month. But as Action News Jax Daniela Vitable explains, a new report says there are more problems than that.
Problems with the maintenance of the swimming pools, employees ordered to work at other businesses, and employees being paid under the table. These are all allegations mentioned in this investigation report, looking into the Julington Creek Plantation Development District's general manager, Angie Palmieri.
From what I saw here, this is probably a 3-week investigation. It wouldn't surprise me at all that an investigation at this level costs $30,000 or $40,000.
We took the report to Action News Jax law and safety expert Dale Carson.
If the results of this investigation is accurate, then the contract with this management company needs to be canceled.
The Board of Supervisors for the Julington Creek Plantation Community Development District hired Elite Amenities in 2015 as their management company. That's when Palmieri became general manager in charge of the facilities, including the recreational center, the aquatic center, sportsplex, and cafe. Our past investigation revealed problems with chemistry in the pools, even leading the district to temporarily close some. According to this new report, several employees told investigators the problems didn't stop there. They said a food company hired by Palmieri to operate the district's cafe still owes the district anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 for alcohol. Palmieri sent me a statement that reads in part, "The report is littered with rumors, hearsay, and wild subjective allegations of mismanagement and misuse of resources. Our attorney is currently reviewing these unsubstantiated allegations." There are also allegations that Palmieri told an on-duty lifeguard to go to other properties managed by Elite.
There's a diminishing in the protection of, in this case, lifeguards, the swimmers, and their safety to the benefit of yet someone else.
Daniela Vitable, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
We've posted the general manager's full statement so you can read it for yourself. You can find that and the full text of the investigative report on actionnewsjax.com. Hundreds of Wells Fargo customers across the United States are now waiting to learn if their money is safe. This after the bank admitted to opening unauthorized accounts. 5,300 employees have been fired as a result of their actions. Many say they did it because of incentives and lofty sales goals.
That's what brought this on, actually, is they had a corporate culture of, raises and bonuses are based on how much new business you bring in. And with the ease of technology to create new accounts and move things around now, wow, it just set up for failure.
The bank says it's in the process of contacting affected customers and giving them refunds for payments they made for the unauthorized accounts. This morning, a Jacksonville man is nursing critical injuries after he jumped to help a crash victim. Officials say that 71-year-old got out of his truck yesterday to help a man who was hit while riding his motorcycle on New Kings Road. On his way back to his truck, he too was hit.
All I heard was a screech, a thump, and him in the air.
Police say the driver who hit the man on the motorcycle will be cited for careless driving, but the woman who hit the Good Samaritan will not, because police say he walked into oncoming traffic. We now know a Jacksonville man died while a mysterious death surfing in Nicaragua. According to Surfline.com, Devin Kennedy went for a surf at Punta Miramar Thursday morning. The report says the conditions in the rip currents were strong, and later that morning, Kennedy was found face down in the channel. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. The man arrested in connection with the death of a 9-month-old girl is still in jail on a $400,000 bond. We brought you Matthew Hemriski's arrest as breaking news Thursday night. Friday, he made his first appearance on charges related to Charlie Smith's death in February. During that appearance, Hemriski insisted he wasn't read his rights during his arrest.
Okay, well, they don't have to read your rights before you're arrested. Okay? All right. It's probably a good thing not to talk about it, because I've told you what your rights are, which is not to talk about it. Yes, sir.
Hemriski's arrest comes just 2 days after our investigation into why no one was being held accountable. Take a look at this. Last night, the River City honored heroes and first responders of the September 11th terror attacks with these 2 beams of light. This picture was taken downtown. The lights will also be on tonight and Sunday. It's been 15 years since the 9/11 attacks that rocked our nation. Since tomorrow marks the 15th anniversary, the city of St. Augustine will hold its annual 9/11 ceremony of remembrance. The community will gather to remember those who died that fatal day. The ceremony starts at 8:30 in the morning at the main fire station on Malaga Street.
Now, your first alert forecast.
Temperatures are already heating up out there. 77 in Jacksonville right now. We started the day with temperatures in the 60s, so it's already warmed up about 10 degrees in many spots. 76 in Waycross, low to mid 80s along our coast. Skies are mostly sunny right now, and it is going to be a pretty nice weekend overall, but it is going to be hot and abnormally hot. Temperatures today climbing all the way to 90 degrees by noon. Highs today in the low to the mid 90s. Even around 5 o'clock, we'll still likely be right around that 90-degree mark with only a few showers in the forecast to cool us off. I'll tell you which areas are most likely to see that rain today coming up in the full first alert forecast. Erica?
Both presidential candidates are making their case for national security. The actions each are taking to ensure Americans feel safe following North Korea's latest missile test. And miracle on the Hudson. One local survivor says he will never forget 7 years later. Your time, 9/11.
Florida storms, but not to worry, because the Action News Jax First Alert weather team works around the clock to keep you safe. Starting before dawn with meteorologist Ariel Nixon.
We are always tracking, so when storms develop, we can let you know.
Then in the afternoon and all evening long with Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
Day in and day out, when severe weather's moving in, you can depend on us.
Tracking severe weather all day long with Ariel Nixon and Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Only on Action News Jax.
What's up, Jacksonville? Doc Tony. If you're injured in a car accident, there's no need to wait in the emergency room, especially when you can call the doctor first. And call me, Doc Tony, at 1-888-888-8863. I'm more than a catchy number. I'm real.
It was one of our biggest sales ever, and it's held over. Mattress One's Labor Day sale. For one more week, shop half off savings store-wide. Sealy Queen sets $3.99. Serta Queen Memory Foam sets $4.99. Save 50% off. Plus, get a free 50-inch TV and 2 free memory foam pillows. Sleep better on a new iComfort and get a free box spring or save up to $800 on Serta adjustable sets. Plus, 0 interest for up to 5 years. Hurry, it ends 6 p.m. Sunday. Visit mattressone.com to find a store near you.
Bozard Ford Lincoln has been putting family first for 3 generations. And just like your family, we know the importance of giving back to our community. That's why we've partnered with Action News Jax Family Focus. Because when we work together, everything's better.
I was 17 years old when I joined the Marine Corps, and I retired in 2008 as a Chief Warrant Officer, Personnel Officer. Dan and I actually met in North Carolina. No one wants to believe that their time is limited. My experience with Navy Mutual, they treated me like I was family.
At Navy Mutual, we've been serving military families for over 135 years. And while much has changed, the compass that guides us never has.
Navy Mutual, by far, is the best that I've ever had to deal with.
Honey, where would you like to go to dinner tonight?
I want excitement tonight on the town. I want to dine on the best food around. A magical evening, a fabulous show at Alhambra. That's where I want to go.
Alhambra it is. Hi, this is Craig Smith from the Alhambra Theater, inviting you to join us September 7th for the hilarious musical comedy Sister Act. If you like the movie, you're going to love the show.
Today we'll be making a brand new Nissan Versa. Start with 0 down, $199 a month. Include the tax, tag transfer, title, and all the fees. And best of all, it's not a lease.
You own it.
And finally, add 1 year of free maintenance. And stick that in the oven. Thankfully, I prepared one ahead of time. West Side Nissan?
Keep it awesome!
You are getting a live look at Everbank Field, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll take on the Packers tomorrow afternoon in their regular season home opener. In election 2016, national security is taking the spotlight on the campaign trail. Friday, Hillary Clinton convened her own Security Council in New York. The group is made up of bipartisan foreign policy and national security experts. This comes just 1 day after North Korea sent shockwaves around the world with another nuclear missile test.
ISIS and North Korea's quest for a nuclear weapon are not entirely unconnected, because the greatest threat of all would be terrorists getting their hands on loose nuclear material.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump made a case to a conservative Christian group that he's the best man to keep Americans safe. At the Value Voters Summit, he told them Clinton's years as Secretary of State were a failure.
Hillary Clinton is trigger happy. She really is. She's trigger happy. Her tenure has brought us only war and destruction and death.
Trump went further and said ISIS is rooting for Hillary Clinton. The election is now less than 2 months away, and we've got you covered on all things presidential online. Just head to actionnewsjax.com. Even though it's been 7 years since the miracle on the Hudson, local survivors of the water landing still remember it like it was yesterday. A movie about the plane landing in the middle of the New York City River opened Friday. We spoke to a survivor about what they hope the Hollywood version of their story tells the world.
Thank you for saving my life and giving me some more time with this family.
The landing happened January 15th, 2009. Casey Jones was sitting in seat 7A when he heard a boom near the engine. Captain Sullenberger came over the intercom and told passengers to brace for impact. Jones began to pray and said he had a feeling he would make it. This morning, the Florida teen accused of posing as a fake doctor is back behind bars. Police arrested Malachi Love Robinson last night in Stafford, Virginia. Workers at a dealership say the teen was trying to buy a Lexus when one of the finance workers going through his credit and background recognized him and became suspicious. A driver who was stuck in this dangling car is now safe after climbing out while it was hanging off a parking garage in Texas. Officials say the driver mistakenly drove it off the parking garage. The car was then left dangling after getting caught by wires. Fortunately, no one was hurt. And check this out. Dozens of tourists were trapped in cable cars dangling above the French Alps overnight on Friday. How scary is that? Authorities say they were almost 10,000 feet stuck in the air. The cables holding the cars apparently got tangled by high winds. In all, 110 people were stranded in midair over one of the largest glaciers in Europe.
We were there almost 10 hours in the cable car. The cables failed about 2:30 in the afternoon, and it was just before midnight when they finally belayed us out of the gondolas, which was really quite an experience.
French mountaineering specialists managed to bring 2/3 of the passengers to the ground. Later, rescue workers with food, water, and blankets got into the cars to stay with the 45 people left dangling in the air overnight. All of them were safely evacuated the next day. Here in Duval County, Jaguars fans are pumped. We're just a day away from the home season opener against the Green Bay Packers, and week 2 of college football continues. But last night, local high school football teams took to the field to show off their talents. Action Sports Jack's Brent Martineau has your Saturday morning check of sports.
Good morning. What a weekend we have around here. The Gators play Kentucky later today. We'll be in Gainesville. And, of course, tomorrow the Jags and the Packers in the season opener at Everbank Field. Jaguars coach Gus Bradley on hand to check out his son Carter in action last night. Providence at Fletcher. But it's the home team Senators finding the end zone on the very first drive. Michael Young hitting Ronnie Stevens on the slant and heavy coverage. And on the other side, Carter and the Stallions drive right down the field, and Young Bradley finishes it off with a touchdown, but in the end, this one would be all Fletcher. They get it done over Providence. How about Kevin Brown in his first year as the head coach? Now 3-0 after a 35-10 win. Okay, one of the games of the night on paper and actually on the field too, Mandarin and Ribault. It's 13-6 Mandarin in the lead in the second half. Ribault trying to tie the game up. Ryan Williams is going to let one fly down the sideline. He's got a man, and they've got a big play. First and goal inside the 10. The first down play gets them to about the 1-inch line. Second down, nothing. Third down, nothing. So here we go. Fourth and goal on the 1-inch line. And look at Mandarin's defense. Joshua Mincy makes the big play, shoves them all the way back to the 4. They get it done. Huge goal line stand, helps in a big way. 16-12, Mandarin beats Ribault. If you missed any of the Subway Restaurants Friday Night Blitz, make sure you check it out on actionnewsjax.com. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
If you're tailgating at home, join us tomorrow morning as we count down to kickoff. Action Sports Jax, Brent Martineau, Dan Hicken, David Garrard, and more will be at Everbank Field gearing up for the matchup against the Packers. That's tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. on CBS 47. Afterwards, flip over to Fox 30 for the game at 1 o'clock. Remember, you can watch all Jaguars games that matter here on Action News Jax.
Now, your first alert forecast.
Here's a live look outside this morning with our First Alert Skycam network. This is out at Jacksonville Beach, where it's currently 79 degrees and mostly sunny. Beautiful start to the day across the area. We do have comfortable temperatures right now, but it is going to be a very hot weekend. Temperatures will be running a bit above average for this time of year. Right now on the First Alert Doppler HD, it is dry for all of our local counties. We have a little bit of rain offshore, but we don't have any rain over land right now. Temperatures 70s and 80s, 81 in Fernandina right now, near 80 degrees in Waycross, and 77 in Jacksonville. Hour by hour today, as we head through the afternoon, you can expect it to warm up quickly. 90 degrees by noon, 92 by 3 o'clock, with a shower possible, especially for areas south of Jacksonville. Southeast Georgia looking completely dry this afternoon. We'll see temperatures in the low 90s for much of the day today. Humidity also increasing just a bit. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for today. 11:30 this morning, looking mainly dry. We'll see winds out of the east-northeast. That will pull in some cloud cover at times. By 3 o'clock, we might see a stray shower out there, especially for St. John's and Flagler County. Then as we advance into the evening, by 8 o'clock tonight around sunset, most of the rain will be confined to the I-75 corridor, but south of I-10, so areas like Alachua County, Southern Columbia County, or Union and Bradford County. But for the most part, staying dry through the day. If you have outdoor plans, you don't have to worry about canceling or rescheduling due to weather. Really, the big story is going to be the heat. We have lots of games around the area. We have the Bucks versus Seminoles in Tallahassee. If you're heading out to the game, be prepared for a hot day in Tallahassee. Temperatures in the 70s right now, upper 80s by 12:30, and 94 degrees at 3 o'clock, but partly sunny and dry through the afternoon. If you're heading to Gainesville for the game there, same thing. Temperatures in the 90s for tailgating, 93 around 3 o'clock, and then dropping into the upper 80s by 6:30 this evening. Staying dry, hopefully, in Gainesville. Tomorrow we have the big game, Packers versus Jags, here at Everbank Field. Game starts at 1 o'clock. Hot for tailgating, partly sunny, warm and muggy. Kickoff will be partly sunny and hot with temperatures in the low 90s, and then by the end of the game, it will be slightly cooler and there will be a few showers and storms nearby. We have a slightly greater chance for rain tomorrow, so that will be something to watch if you're heading out to the Packers versus Jags game tomorrow. But overall, not really very concerned about the weather tomorrow. It looks like it's just going to be a hot and humid weekend, abnormally hot and humid for this time of year. Here's a look at your First Alert 7-day forecast with the weekend always in view. 90s all the way through Monday with a few showers each afternoon. Game day tomorrow, the hottest day out of the next 7 with a high of 94. We'll start to see increasing moisture Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's going to bring an increased chance for showers and thunderstorms. And with that comes more cloud cover and rain, so that will drop our temperatures into the upper 80s by Wednesday. Erica?
Thanks, Aaron. This morning, the city of St. Augustine is celebrating its 451st birthday. The festivities won't be as big as last year's 450th celebration, which featured a visit from the King and Queen of Spain. But the city is putting on a program at Mission Nombre de Dios. It will include the reenactment of Pedro Menendez landing in the city. A new report shows Jaguars tickets are among the cheapest in the NFL. The report shows that the average Jaguars ticket costs $99. The only team cheaper than that is the Kansas City Chiefs, with tickets averaging $84. So, who has the most expensive tickets? That would be the Seattle Seahawks, with prices averaging $378. Caught on camera, an unethical display of action, the crime this woman was spotted committing, and the innocent sidekick she had by her side. And going above and beyond, why this seemingly common picture of a teenager holding an elderly woman's hand on an escalator is going viral. Don't go away. We'll be back after the break.
Covering local news from the West Side on Action News Jax. When people get up in the morning, they want their news right away, and that's what we provide them.
We try to put that element of what impacts you in every story.
Stories that impact your health, your wealth, finances, your job, your entire life. We just don't tell you what happened, we tell you why it's important to you. Weather and traffic every 10 minutes, you know how to dress the kids, you know how to dress yourself, and you're prepared for your day ahead.
I'm going to tell you what's different about this morning commute to help you get around those backups.
Now, mornings are hectic, and you don't have time to waste. That's why local coverage you can count on is so important.
Looking pretty cozy in there.
Kind of outgrown this car.
You can upgrade now at AutoNation. There's a big sale going on, and you'll make no payments for 90 days. He likes the cartoons.
No payments for 90 days has been extended at AutoNation. Drive any new car or truck coast to coast, all payment free for 90 days. Drive pink, drive safe, drive now. Sale ends soon at AutoNation. Meep, meep.
Isaac Hu has mastered gravity-defying moves to amaze his audience.
Great show. Here you go.
Now he's added a new routine, making depositing a check seem so effortless. Easy to use Chase technology for whatever you're trying to master.
Isaac, are you ready?
Chase, so you can.
Good sir, dost thou question the might of Purolator?
I'm not questioning the might.
Thine engine shall be protected up to 15,000 miles. Nothing gets by Purolator, nor Sir Hammond of the East.
Cool.
Nothing gets by Jacques either. You must choose this one because nothing
Gets by Purolator. Got it.
Economy Dentistry is now providing free dental care for children of qualified families. That's right, free dental care for anyone who is age 20 or under, whose family has little or no insurance and meets the income requirements. Covered procedures include dental exams, x-rays, cleanings, fluoride treatments, fillings, extractions, space maintainers, and more. Free dental care for children is sponsored by Economy Dentistry and the state of Florida. Make your appointment today at 855-97-4KIDS.
Swarming on breaking news every day on Fox 30 Action News Jax.
This morning, a picture of an Indiana teenager is going viral because of his helpful actions on an escalator. Take a look at the photo. The woman's daughter in this picture says she couldn't help her mom on the escalator because she had her 2 young daughters. And while several people just brushed past the woman, it was 19-year-old Elijah Williams who stopped and helped her. He held her hand as they rode down the escalator together. Still ahead, the Pentagon is honoring first responders and the victims from 9/11. The $1 million grant officials will receive for a memorial 15 years after this tragedy rocked our nation.
Tracking hot temperatures for your weekend. I'll tell you which neighborhoods will see the hottest temperatures all the way into the mid-90s in the first alert forecast.
We're going to take a quick break, but for now, you're getting a live look at the Main Street Bridge, which is scheduled to have some closures over the next couple of weeks. Don't worry, Jags fans. It will be open tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. for the big game.
You fall in love and get married. You may even have some children along the way. You have a successful partnership, but something changed. The arguments start and are getting worse. You can't seem to agree on anything. If your marriage is on the rocks, divorce may be the answer. Call Parker and Dufresne, a team of family law attorneys that can negotiate when possible, fight when necessary, and help you get on with your life. Parker and Dufresne, because sometimes divorce happens. Visit jaxlawcenter.com, Office Jacksonville.
So I went shopping for floors last week.
Oh, that's such a chore.
Not where I went.
Floor shopping doesn't have to be a chore. Not when you shop Flooring America. Get the style you want with technology and customer service to make it easy. There's a reason we're the most recommended flooring store.
They made it so easy. You should go there.
Flooring America, where friends send friends.
3, 2, 1, Wednesday. The coffee, the kids, the commute, the cubicles, the hot water heater. The hot water heater? Well, it is hump day, and it's not payday. It's between paychecks. There goes your budget. Wait. No, it doesn't. You know where to go. Advance America. You get the money you need in minutes. It's easy. It's fast. It's done. Hump? What hump? Huh? Fast loans up to $500. Advance America. Power on.
I've never had anything like this before.
IHOP's new Crisp Croissants with 27 buttery layers. Try savory spinach and roasted red pepper, strawberries and sweet cream cheese, or salted caramel and banana. IHOP's new Crisp Croissants. Right now, kids eat free. Every day, 4 to 10 p.m.
It was one of our biggest sales ever, and it's held over. Mattress One's Labor Day sale. For one more week, shop half off savings store-wide. Sealy Queen sets $3.99. Serta Queen memory foam sets $4.99. Save 50% off. Plus, get a free 50-inch TV and 2 free memory foam pillows. Sleep better on a new iComfort and get a free box spring or save up to $800 on Serta adjustable sets. Plus, 0 interest for up to 5 years. Hurry, it ends 6 p.m. Sunday. Visit mattress1.com to find a store near you.
Insurance companies demand prompt and full payment of your premiums. Shouldn't you receive prompt and full payment of your claims? When you don't, you know who to call. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Covering local news from downtown on Action News Jax.
Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish every day on Fox 30 Action News Jax. Now, this is Fox 30 Action News Jax this morning. Local coverage you can count on.
Next on Action News Jax this morning, gift cards delivered right to your doorstep. Why neighbors say the company issuing them is actually taking your information. Never forget the Pentagon's new 9/11 memorial that took years and millions of dollars to put in action. Thank you so much for joining us on Action News Jax this Saturday morning. I'm Erica Bennett here with First Alert meteorologist Aaron Clanahan to talk about the weekend ahead. So, of course, a lot of people at home who are gearing up to go to the big football game tomorrow want to know what it's going to be like out at Everbank Field.
Well, if you're from Wisconsin and you're listening,
not
right now,
good for them with humidity,
you
but
are going to be hot. And I'm saying this because I mentioned earlier I have relatives from Wisconsin, Minnesota area, and they die every time they come to Florida and it's humid.
It
and
takes
that's what we'll be seeing
special
tomorrow.
kind of person to be able to deal with the humidity we have here.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either, and it's going to be hot and a little bit humid this weekend. But the good thing is rain should stay away for the most part, so at least we won't have to be dealing with stormy conditions out there. Starting off with sunny skies this morning out at Fernandina Beach, 84 degrees right now, a beautiful start to the day. But as we head into the afternoon, you are going to notice those temperatures really start to heat up. Right now on the First Alert Doppler HD, we're starting off the weekend with dry conditions for everyone and not expecting a whole lot of rain as we head through the day today. Temperatures are in the 70s and 80s right now. It's 84 in Fernandina Beach, 84 in St. Augustine. We have low to mid 70s across the rest of the area, and temperatures are heating up quickly, and it's a little bit warmer than it was this time yesterday. It's about, let's say, 5 to 7 degrees warmer. This kind of shows you that we're entering a warming trend, and that's going to continue over the next couple of days. Hour by hour today, you can expect temperatures warm up into the low 90s this afternoon. 92 is the afternoon high today, with a scattered shower possible for areas south of Jacksonville later on this afternoon. Most spots stay completely dry. You can expect a partly sunny, hot and humid afternoon. Coming up in the full First Alert forecast, we'll dive into that weekend forecast hour by hour, plus take a look at the JAGS forecast for tomorrow afternoon. Erica?
This morning, local neighbors are warning others about a company they say is preying on unsuspecting homeowners. Neighbors tell Action News Jax the company is actually leaving boxes that look like gift cards on doorsteps, but that's not really what it is. Action News Jax Amber Kriska joins us live with more. Amber, this can really catch some people off guard.
It says it's a free welcome gift. A lot of gift cards in here, like this one right here. A DirecTV gift card for $540. Does this sound too good to be true? Well, that's what one couple is saying. We talked to Allison and her husband. They received one of the boxes. They just moved into their home about a month ago. Now, she looked closer at the box and knew something wasn't right. The gift cards are all labeled new cards and direct you to a company called New Home. On the company's website, they call themselves a marketing and advertising company that collects personal information by trying to activate a card or using their website. New Home collects your name, address, phone number, and other things like where you go on the internet. That company can then use that or sell it to other businesses who can call, text, or email you.
The thieves are preying on their vulnerability. Brand new home, they know that they're going to need some type of services either immediately or down the road.
We reached out to New Homes. Here's what they had to say. It reads in part, once activated, the new cards are indeed worth the value listed on each specific new card. However, there are terms and conditions for some new cards listed behind each card. Reporting live downtown, Amber Kriska, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
Amber, thank you. More than 70 Clay County Sheriff's Office employees will have to wait to find out if they get a promotion. The integrity of the results of a recent promotional exam are in question. The Sheriff's Office told us it's looking into whether the contents of the test were revealed before it was given. An internal investigation is underway. Florida State College of Jacksonville is offering to help ITT Tech students with their education. On Tuesday, we told you how 40,000 students nationwide were left in limbo after the school suddenly shut down. Now, FSCJ says they will waive the application fee for students and will have recruiters on hand next Thursday to help with any transfer questions. You can find more information on actionnewsjax.com. In Atlantic Beach, parents and neighbors are asking city officials for additional sidewalks to get their children to school safely. They say on stretches of Seminole Road, there's sidewalk only on one side of the street. On Monday, beach officials will vote on whether to accept a federal grant to add a multi-use path on the road.
You know, the 40-plus some families have to cross back and forth Seminole Road right now multiple times.
The project will cost nearly $7,000 and is part of the Safe Routes to School program. If approved, the path is expected to stretch from Atlantic Beach Elementary School to 16th Street. This morning, police are issuing a warning about a dangerous batch of flakka that's been found in Lake City. Flakka is a synthetic drug. The department says it's seen several cases where users had worse than usual side effects. They say the problem is many sellers tend to add their own ingredients, which can make them even deadlier. Police have now connected 3 recent cases to what they believe is the same bad batch of flakka. Planes spraying insecticide flew over Miami Beach before sunrise Friday. It was the first of 4 scheduled sprayings of the controversial insecticide Naled. Florida officials say for the 4th time the Zika virus was found in a mosquito sample. Also, 12 new cases of Zika were reported in Florida on Friday, all believed to be contracted while traveling out of the state.
The decisions or lack of decisions that are taken in these days are going to have implications for families and communities for decades to come.
Meanwhile, the nation's top health officials say they've run out of money to fight the Zika virus. The CDC says if Congress doesn't agree to funding to combat Zika, vaccine research and mosquito control efforts could come to a halt. Right now, a $1.1 billion bill is in limbo in Congress, and as of Wednesday, there were more than 18,000 confirmed cases of Zika in the United States and its territories. More than 1,000 of those cases involved pregnant women. 15 years after the terror attacks on 9/11, the Pentagon is the only one that does not have a visitor center to help people learn about what happened. Now, victims' family members are trying to change that. Zach Lachak was 9 years old when his father was killed in the terror attacks. He often visits the memorial site, but he hopes there can be one located at the Pentagon itself. Right now, the Pentagon Memorial Fund has raised $6 million, and just this week, a gift was received totaling nearly $2.5 million from the Diana Davis Spencer Foundation. The fund hopes to break ground by 2018 and have the center completed by 2020. In honor of 9/11, an event will be held at Naval Station Mayport tomorrow. The crew of the USS New York will hold a remembrance ceremony. They will honor the dedication and service of those who lost their lives in the attacks. Coming up, it's a race against the clock when it comes to germs. Scientists show us how fast bacteria mutates to resist antibiotic drugs.
Tracking above average temperatures for the weekend. I'll tell you which areas will be the hottest and which spots will be lucky enough to get some showers in just a few minutes.
A child. I'm a mom of 6 kids. What kind of example is that?
Setting the wrong example. The reason why a South Florida business owner had to watch her worst nightmare unfold before her eyes. Your time, 9:38.